Marysville Roundtable, a discussion on current events, sports, and entertainment.
Hello everyone, my name is Brendan Trendy and welcome to Marysville Roundtable. Today we have a few seniors to discuss their time in band over the years. We have Noah Carlson from the trumpet section and Emily Sanderson from the treble clef baritone section. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Doing well.
All right. Well, I have a few questions for you guys, so let's get started here. So, Noah, what is your earliest memory of band?
Well, 5th grade, I remember walking into the library. Everybody was there trying out instruments. I personally already knew what instrument I was going to play. I had decided for a while then, it was kind of predetermined that I was going to be in band, and I definitely wanted to play trumpet. So that's the first thing that I remember from the band experience.
Emily?
My earliest memory of band was when Mr. Dusso told us that we had to wear black and white for our 5th grade concert, so I wore white pants and a black shirt, and no one else did that.
We all know how the dress code is. And, it's a rough thing. But
Yeah.
A lot of people actually have, with what you said, they are very confused on what to play. They just go from instrument to instrument. But it's glad to see that people have what they want in mind and they just stick with it throughout the years. Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever noticed a difference, like being a senior in band versus a freshman or sophomore?
I've noticed that we definitely get a lot more respect as seniors in band rather than a freshman, and I feel like I've gotten a lot more competitive and I care a lot more about winning as a senior than I did as a freshman.
I mean, I think that there's also a certain level of just size of the program that you sense. I remember as a freshman and sophomore, everything seemed so big. All the seniors were all these huge, super smart, super talented people, and I just followed them and I was having a great time, and the entire program just seemed like this overarching huge umbrella of things. Now that I'm a senior, it's really weird. I'm that senior now. I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, this is I'm at the top of the mountain. I can see everything around me from before when I was standing at the bottom just looking up at how huge it was. But really it's a very different reality that you have to look at when you're a senior.
It definitely does feel different than what you expected, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So what was your favorite experience over these years?
Favorite experience, marching band itself is it's a marathon. And at the end when you get to go to Ford Field, you get to perform. This year ended up coming in second, and it was just really rewarding. Felt like everything that we had worked towards was all worth it, and felt like all the work that we put in really ended up turning out well.
I think my favorite experience was definitely our second trip to Disney. I didn't think anything would top our first one, but I had a lot of fun this year, and that's kind of why I stayed in band, so I really liked it. Tour
as a senior was definitely better as a freshman. You were more aware of everything. You kind of had a better idea. You were also the guide to a lot of people. I felt like it was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Did any seniors your freshman year make an impact, going on what you said?
My freshman instructor when I was a freshman was Jenna Allen. I didn't really know any of the other seniors my freshman year, but I saw Jenna this year a few times, and when she was back in town, and she just had a really good impact. She really ran her section well. She really held everybody to a standard while at the same time being super positive about everything, and I just kind of took that into account when I was doing our own program this year.
For me, I had a couple of section leaders my freshman year. I didn't really talk to them probably as much as I should have, and I didn't really get super close with them, but they were definitely very good leaders for us, especially our section freshman year. It was a lot to handle, so I definitely have respect towards them.
I can say personally, with the seniors in band my freshman year, they really did inspire a lot to come out, and I feel like it wouldn't have been the same without them. So, with band, has it ever affected your personality or the group of friends you're with? See you're a little excited to answer this question, Noah, so why don't you start?
I'd say I'm excited purely because it's very, very true. It's affected my personality quite a bit. I'd definitely be a lot more arrogant if I wasn't in band, because I certainly was coming into high school like that, and definitely toned me down a bit I think it really made me a better person. Friends-wise, I mean, I kind of hang out with the same people regardless. It hasn't really changed too much in that regards.
I think band itself hasn't really affected my personality. I think it's kind of just been something that I've done for a long time at this point. It's kind of just like a part of me, but I don't think it's really like impacted the way I am. But it's definitely had an impact on my friends. A lot of my friends dropped out my sophomore year, and I noticed that I definitely didn't talk to them as much once they were out of band because we were there so often. So I think it definitely had an impact on my friends.
With all we've done in band, we all know that band camp is one of the hardest times of the year. It is definitely the most rough. What is your favorite band camp story that you have?
My favorite band camp story is when my freshman year, my friend Emma Parker, we played soccer together. Her and another girl were late to a rehearsal, so we got to watch them run laps around the field, and I thought it was really funny.
I'd definitely say Sparky. Our sophomore year, literally the first night of band camp for all of the sophomores, one guy electrocuted himself when he got out of the shower and had to be like brought out to an ambulance, and that earned him the nickname Sparky. And it's just kind of been a running joke for the last 3 years for everybody in our class.
Yep. Now, with senior year coming to a close and band coming to a really close close, what do you think Mr. Dusa will say at your senior X? What do you think he'll have to say about you?
For my senior X, I think he's going to say, I hope not negative things, but he's definitely going to say that I was very talkative, maybe a little disruptive.
No.
Maybe that I didn't always follow the dress code. I can't really think of much more you would say besides that, but I think that's probably it.
I just hope he says some good stuff. It's always hard to tell. He's done it different every year, and it's always, you expect it from some people, and other times what he says about the person just kind of catches you off guard just because there's a certain level of that relationship that you're not aware of. I mean, I'm not really sure. 8 years, there's a lot to talk about with everybody. I'm hoping jokes are made.
You never really know.
No.
He writes a good amount on everybody, even people you would think like he can't get enough out of. But it's weird. He does it.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you guys for coming out today. It's always glad to see new perspectives on classes and events like that. This has been Brendan Trendy with Marysville Roundtable.
Marysville Roundtable, a discussion on current events, sports, and entertainment.